I'd like to see maybe Canada putting in a regional team as well, making an Ontario BC team or something of that nature, and getting some of the smaller provinces involved.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good to see. Now we see Mexico, a little miscommunication there, but they're swinging it out now. Just a little bit of basketball happening there. Ball slipping out of his hands once again. The slick ball causing some problems for the Mexican players.
Some great passing there, but the wet hands just letting them down there midfield.
Oh, it's a turnover. And then we see them moving it down the wing. The winger cutting back inside. Oh my word, big all the way. Oh, beautiful handling. Great keeping the ball alive. Here the Mexican players there trying for the recycled ball. Get a next phase of rugby going.
Mexico just finding all kinds of gaps in the U.S. cover defense, and this could start blowing open with a few more minutes of pressure putting on. Penalty now in front of the post for Mexico, but they're opting for a run.
Oh, they won the full 5 points with a shot at 7. But you know, Doug, in my playing days, once you got a penalty in a kicking region, all right, go for post.
No, absolutely. This is big boy rugby as a try and score.
It seems as though that gamble has paid off, Doug. That gamble has paid off.
Just trying to pick up the number of the player who scored that, and that's the fullback, yeah.
Mexican fullback, Diego Navarro.
So we look at the replay, and Navarro coming in from the fullback position. He steps inside through two would-be tacklers, but he had too much momentum. Just went across the line and dotted down. And boy, Mexico showing a lot here in the early going, 5-0.
Absolutely, and they've drawn first blood. And that's just about it. On 10th minute of play, Diego Navarro scored the first try of the game for Mexico. They now lead 5 points to 0. See the number 10, the out half, Alessandro Barron. Let's see if he can make good with the conversion to give them a full 7 points. It's not good. He's pulled it just right at the post.
So great early start by Mexico. Keep in mind, a lot of the teams have had the advantage of being able to watch the first round games. Mexico playing their first game tonight, so USA South not really getting a scouting report on these guys.
That's very true. We saw the USA South actually at the flank, right, kind of looking a bit porous in defense. That's where Trinidad did most of their damage. It seems as though Mexico has taken good notes, and they're doing just that.
Oh, and the ball squirts out again. The USA trying to make a good first step there, but losing the handle is the wing on that side. Number 11 for the USA. Just sharing our paperwork here. And that is Brandon Jarrett. And he just couldn't find the handle, and a lot of people are losing the handle on it tonight.
It's interesting to see. I'm seeing Oda Bingi. He was one of the substitutes that was made that came on Saturday and really had a positive impact. Big lad.
Lots of movement in that Mexican lineout, working well though, and good transfer to the scrum half.
Oh, fantastic play. Oh, big center there, number 12 for Mexico. Just trying to get past the game line there, and that's Diego Gutierrez. Good penetration. Ball, nice platform set. The ball is coming to the back of the ruck. Good hammering up the center. They're keeping that ball alive while that Mexico multi-phase rugby happening here. Oh, good jink inside, but just slipped out of his hands. There we see USA advantage being played. Ball is knocked forward by the Mexican in the tackle.
So the flanker was not bound. He was offside from Mexico, and the USA taking the quick tap.
Oh, there we see Falcon again, releasing his wingers. One to beat. Got the pass outside. Maybe he should have passed it off first time. Oh, what a tackle there by Mexican winger. That's what you call an elevator. Lifted him off the ground.
All the back feet. So the USA showing some bite, just 5 meters out.
USA actually did a lot of damage here when they were in tight. Just a pick and drive, pick and drive.
Advantage being played. Free play for USA South here. What can they do?
Here's he took a beam trying to get past the gain line here. Infringement.
On a wet night, I might have even taken the scrum there. I don't know.
And they're just battering. They're just battering away. They've done
Cross the
so
line
well.
now. And try given.
Absolutely, Doug. And the USA have leveled the scores.
It's the hooker Gelch. Scored one on Saturday. Was the captain on Saturday, and he scored a second of the tournament. And boy, he's a fiery little player. I wouldn't ask him to get the peanut butter off the top shelf, but he's got a lot of fire for a little guy.
Yeah, he's done really well. He's done really, really well. Stephen Gelch. Let's see if Dylan Boast is going to take that kick. Use the kick of choice on Saturday, and soon as lose kick of choice tonight again.
So this is an important kick for the USA. After the misconversion by Mexico, they can go in the lead with this conversion. I'd say it's in a slightly better position than what Navarro was dealing with just a few minutes ago.
I'm thinking about Dylan Bowes. He's a point striker, doesn't strike on the panel, and it's successful. Straight through the sticks, 7 points to 5 in favor of the US. 1 of 1 for Dylan Bowes.
So I think we better strap down for a good game here because Mexico's bringing a lot to the table, and so is USA South.
Yeah, let's see if they can sustain that kind of pressure, the Mexicans. Nice cool afternoon, fantastic conditions for rugby. The rain has stopped, so the pitch is a little wet. You know, at one time, Doug, I saw lots of players in the international game wearing gloves. It seems as though none of the players are wearing gloves here tonight. I wanted to, it was just a fashion statement at one point.
That's a fantastic point, especially the Kiwis on those cold winter New Zealand nights would fancy those, and also in the UK. But I think coaches told them knock it off and use the gloves we gave you.
There we see Jeff Rain again. There's an infringement call.
So, player was being held by the USA South at the tackle situation, and so now it's going to be a penalty for Mexico, and they're going to try and move down the park via the air route rather than running it.
And there we see Alessandro Barron.
Interesting choice. He showed he was going to kick to the left and then sort of did a fake to the right, maybe just to hope that there was no wingers covering on that side, and it worked out either way.
It's interesting because it's actually longer side to find touch, and he's done so successfully nevertheless.
Yeah, so he probably did short himself a little by choosing going to the right side there.
So it's going to be a line out to Mexico.
It is Mexican line out, and it's using what little towels that they have to try and dry that ball before the throw.
Good put in. They've been working their lineouts very well so far.
Oh, I'd say it's a great part of their set piece.
Oh, just an errant pass there in the centers.
So the ball went back, says Mr. Referee, and so play went on.
That was Dylan Boast with a kick ahead.
Oh, look at the gap.
Mexican breakthrough. Can he go all the way? Oh, he's done very well. Can he go on it? Does he have the legs? Oh, well tackled.
Boy, though, that was a tremendous run by the Mexican winger, number 14. And that's Udel
Suru.
Okay, Udel Suru. And looking at the replay, he just kind of ran out of territory and had 3 cover defenders coming across for USA South and no support. He didn't even think about a backwards pass over the shoulder. He knew he didn't have anyone there. But great piece of running there. And that line out paying dividends again.
And there we see the big lock there for Mexico, just being driven back in the tackle there as Bernardo Araujo. Mexico keep it alive. And there we see their locks there, just trying to recycle that ball. They've set a nice little platform for their... Oh, nice pick and drive from the back.
Mexico looking very organized, in tight here against the USA South, just 10 meters out now.
Andres Rodriguez, or the number 10, just eluding one, cut back inside. He was stopped by the big Tucker Bean. Goes out to the winger. Oh, it's just knocked forward in the tackle there. USA have possession.
Advantage still being played. They need to get a couple more meters before it's over. Advantage over now.
And there is Mexico. They're coming open side now.
That was nearly forward.
Oh, well recovered by the American winger. He's kept in the play. That will not be a bad kick at all if it finds touch, and it does.
Very useful kick by the US winger to put his team down in the Mexican half inside the 22. And it'll be Mexico's throw-in, which has been an effective platform, but you'll know USA will be throwing up their lightest flanker to try and steal that.
Yeah, that was Brandon Jarrett. Good tactical kick.
So I think the cool conditions favoring both teams in terms of it not being a stifling hot day like it was on Saturday. And so now they're just going about the business of playing rugby and managing the rain, which has stopped now. It was coming down at quite a good rate there at the start of the match. So the drainage at the stadium is paying off as well.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Doug, certainly. I know you see the Mexicans with a successful line on the run, and they've 100% from their line out so far. They've even gotten one of the American lineouts as well. Good boot there by the out half. Just behind the winger. It's bounced in play, but it's kept in.
Boy, he was lucky on that bounce.
Jarrett.
That'll be full.
Yeah, straight out. This is going to be exactly from where he kicked it.
I think his coach will be having a word. Please do not let those bounce anymore, especially on a wet night. That was catchable.
That'll be a nightmare if that is up there.
But great first step, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Great pictures being provided by Wii Sports tonight.
And just to remind you, this is your home for local rugby, Wii Sports. And you're joining Doug Cross and Brent Barry in the commentary group on a beautiful Tuesday night, National Stadium.
Oh, and the ball's gone to ground in that lineout. It's the USA side.
Ball's come to the back. Oh, driven back in the tackle, but well recovered there by Gelch.
Advantage being played against Mexico.
Oh, the Mexican player there just coming to diving over. The referee said you'll have none of that. And they're calling for the winger as Cameron Troxler.
So lots of action in the opening 23 minutes. Your reminder, we're playing revised 35-minute halves in this NACRA Under-19 Championship. And you know, it's not a huge difference, 5 minutes, but you do have to keep a mind on the clock, as Cayman Islands discovered when they were looking at the stadium clock, and it didn't reveal the truth as to what the time left was.
Just to let you know, in the senior game, the duration of games are actually in fact 18 minutes. But the junior game is 35 minutes and a half, so it's 70 minutes. What are your thoughts on that, though?
I think because it's a multi-day tournament, you've got to manage the players' resources.
The diminutive winger, as Yudel Suro, got quite a side step on him there, though.
Suro, even though his team is behind right now, is a man of the match option already with the runs he's had.
You see the number 8 from Mexico, Santiago Prieto.
You say that with some flair. you work at a Mexican restaurant? That's great.
We're very close to Venezuela, Doug.
True enough. Yeah, I got to check my map once in a while. There's a bit of Spanish around, isn't there?
Okay,
All
so
right, Mexico leaving their feet again.
it's going to be a penalty to the US. Maybe see the big one. Good dish off there to Sewell. Just darting inside there. It's leaving Will much for dead.
Yeah, he really has got a tremendous step, especially to the right, where he just stops everyone dead in their tracks, and then he's gone like a jackrabbit.
And then we see touch judge Canada, Avian Canada of the USA. He used to play for the defense force in Trinidad. A tiny player himself. USA line out. And that's Gutian.
I think that's the Gelch, I think is his name. Or is it? Yeah, I may be getting number 2 Gelch confused there. Good driving run by the Mexican hooker.
That's Jorge Azefes. And that's Jeff Rain. And that's number 8 for the US. John Williams.
Yeah, so it is Luis Bodas that's a hooker, and it's the other Gelch, Stephen Gelch, is playing a tight end. I think he was playing a hooker the other day, and I think that's where the confusion is lying there, so apologies for that. He has switched up positions in the front row, and now penalty opportunity here to pull Mexico to within 2 points here. They've got a bit of a sitter here just outside the 22-meter line.
Yeah, we see Alessandro Baron with the kicking responsibilities. Let's see if he can make it good. I mean, the Mexicans have a very strong soccer tradition. You see the left footer, Alessandro Baron. Let's see if he can make good with this penalty. He'll narrow the gap to 2 points if he's successful. And he's done it well. The score is now 10-8.
So exciting first half so far as we come into the last 2 or 3 minutes of the first half, and I got to say Mexico showed a lot of enterprise with their back line, and the U.S. South forwards getting it done with the short pick and drive game, the short yardage game, and both teams now starting to adjust to that wet ball a little bit.
Yeah, it's 10-8, everything to play for. Oh, not picked up by the US player just off the kickoff.
Mexico with the advantage here off the knock-on. Oh no, it's going to be an offside there, yeah.
And Baron is quickly taking the ball there. He's going to find touch, get some territorial advantage for his team. Finds it successfully. It's going to be the Mexican line out.
So looking at the scores from Saturday's game, Jamaica 14-0 losers to Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago losing 19-7 on that day as well, and then a Trinidad and Tobago select side lost 14-7 to Bermuda on Monday, and the Turks and Caicos with a big win 34-14 over the British Virgin Islands, and that took us into play today with the 22-21 win for Barbados over Cayman Islands as we're back to live action.
Oh, kick into the box there by the diminutive scrum half from Mexico. It's gone straight out. It's going to be a line out for the US. Just as he was about to pass this back line, US players got into the channel and took away that option.
Scoreboard clock showing 10-7, so hopefully they add the extra point at some point for Mexico.
And then we see Gelch, the number 3. Oh, it's advantage being played there. No doubt the referee's made a signal. The Mexicans just not following the tackle, it seems.
So the referee announcing it's going to be the last play of the half here. So Mexico will have the put in, and I don't know, I think they'd be content with the score at 10-8, and maybe they'll just kick it into touch and not risk giving away a score just before halftime.
Interesting. Let's see what they do. I mean, the Mexicans look very slick when they get it out.
Their back line is steeped up, showing like they intend to go for a run, so maybe the call is not for sandwiches and drinks in the sheds.
And let's see what scrum half Andres Rodriguez, what he's going to do. Certainly one of the standout players for the Mexican team, the out half, Baron, and then number 14, Suro.
Foot up there, lucky they got away with it. So that's exactly what the referee was talking about, that the foot was up in the Mexican scrum, and it was probably because the scrum wasn't stable. The hooker was just trying to save himself rather than any type of tactics there. So they're going to have it again. Luckily, it could have been a penalty.
Just look at how the USA South team, how their pack is set, very low, good body position.
These scrum law is proving problematic at times for some teams. And that's gone right out. The flanker using his hand to keep it in. I think the referee missed it.
Oh, it's coming down the line again. Oh, good play there by the Mexican center. That's number 12, Diego Gutierrez.
Not releasing the ball, and so Mexico showing that they wanted to play right to the end. And now it's a penalty against Mexico. And will they be happy to kick it into touch? I think they will be, yes.
That's going to signal the half. How about half, Doug?
I'm very impressed with what Mexico has done in the opening 35 minutes, and also the response from USA South. Both teams are showing that they have lots to offer. As I mentioned earlier, I think the Mexican backs are probably a little more dangerous than the USA backs, but the USA forwards certainly bringing lots to the table as well.
Absolutely. And it's 10-8 at the half in favor of USA South. Everything to play for. Mexicans standing up and being counted, looking very dangerous in the back. Their back three look very potent. Right, you see Diego Gutierrez, Yedel Suruk proving to be quite a handful. The out half, the number 10, Alessandro Baron, scored with a penalty and looking very potent on the boot. So it'll be a good time to take it back to the studio. You're watching Wii Sports, NACRA Under 19 Men's Rugby Championships being hosted here in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a beautiful night in Port of Spain. And we'll join you for the second half action in about 10 minutes.
So I'm just not sure if we're getting audio into this unit properly, because if you pull this out, well, now there's no sound to play, right? But I wasn't really hearing any sound, and that's the built-in microphone, so that's coming off of the built-in microphone here. So when we put it on built-in input, it's gone with just a pinned.
Ball split into the back there, Jeffrey getting out. There you see Will Hodge, number 20, see out top.
I'll tell you what, Mexico's just lining up those tackles and putting them down one by one. There's not any easy passes there for USA South.
The US are relentless. They're relentless at the country cross. Will Hodge there trying to get his as Jose Fernandez. Oh,
That was miles forward there.
Referee's not pulling back.
Now the whistle comes, and a late tackle, and that could be problems, because that whistle had gone some 2-3 steamboats before. Take the scrum back from where the ball was thrown forward. It'll be Mexico's throw it put in.
You see, the USA South team has started in a very business-like manner. Their power is no doubt more dominant than any of the packs that I've seen so far in the tournament.
Platform set. And stolen against the head, but not before a whistle from the referee. wheel had already taken place, so it will remain Mexico's win. Some positive scrummaging from the USA.
It's interesting that I'm watching Stephen Gutch, who was the skipper for the USA South on Saturday, wearing an old-style sideburns, mutton chops they called it back in the day.
He's rocking the rockabilly look there. I don't know what his musical tastes veer towards, but could be.
Quick tap there by Mexican out. That's Alessandro Baron getting it out to the winger one time. Fancy quick move by going nowhere really.
Great counter-rucking attempt by the U.S., but ball staying Mexico's side. Nearly an offside being called there. Now advantage being played.
How we call advantage? It's going to be Mexico.
Oh, it's getting spicy down there. Players giving the stare down.
Temper's flaring. I see some smiles with it as well. All Spain love and war.
Hearing through the referee's feed, the Mexican players all speak very good English and no misunderstandings language-wise there as they're staring each other down. And don't forget, I mean, these folks are geographic neighbors, and you know, probably there hasn't been as many rivalries in U.S.-Mexican sport in recent years, but it's got to exist at some level. Maybe this is where it is.
Good. In terms of that clarification, it does. I mean, you know, English is now the universal language, it seems.
Japan played Canada back in May, and you know, all the important players. Well, it was an all-Kiwi back row, of course, but you know, the Japanese players all spoke the important language of rugby and understood that.
Let me see again. Oh, Mexico getting it out. The big center, he's done a lot of damage here today. He's been very strong. That's the number 13 for Mexico. Alvaro Lopez.
Great offload to the wing now. We talked about him a lot already.
And that's Suro again. Good recycled ball. Fantastic play.
And the try. Is it Suro with the try? Let's find out.
But Suro actually made it pass back inside.
Just trying to pick up the number. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, I had the replay about to go. Here we are. So Suro with the offload there, and it's to 15, the fullback, back inside of the scrum half. So Andres Rodriguez, yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. Yeah, Rodriguez touching down in the corner for the go-ahead points as they take their first lead of the game. I know Mexico took the early lead with the first try, and now they're back in the lead.
Let's see if Alessandro Baron can make good with his conversion. Very close to the touch side, but he's a left footer. Someone said the angle favors him.
Well struck ball.
Very well struck.
Oh, flags go up. In a tight game like this, that is a very important kick, I think.
We've got to give our hands though. It's 13 points to 10 in favor, 15 points to 10 in favor of Mexico.
So now a try to tie for USA, a converted try to get back in the lead. And that always sticks in players' minds of what the task is ahead of them. You know, when scores tend to get out of hand, you know, we need 2, we need 3 scores. But it's very focused right now that they need to score the next try. And offside by USA South. They'll retreat 10 meters, and Mexico will have a chance to clear their lines down the park.
We've been in for another nail biter here. Let me see, Baron trying to find touch and does so successfully. It's not gained a tremendous amount of yardage, but he's done well with the boot generally, and he just scored a fantastic conversion there from well out into the corner.
All through this game, Mexico's had a fantastic line out, so when they get a penalty, they're going to make good use of that part of the set piece and likely go into a second jumper again. There's short numbers in that lineout, though.
Certainly. Oh, just went through the hands there. Did it go 5?
I don't think you tried out the gadget play in a wet night in a close game. I think you're all business. That gadget play was never going to release them for a try down the wing. I think you hold on to that possession. Instead, you've given scrum center to the USA.
Let's see what the US is going to do with this possession here. It's been a fantastic night for rugby as well. We see the game very close indeed, as have been the other games in this tournament thus far. It's going to be a really nail-biting affair. Trinidad and Tobago will be very keen for Mexico to actually take this game from the US.
Right, because then that sets the table for them to maybe finish in second place.
Certainly does.
Or even first place, actually.
Yes,
Yeah,
even first place.
yeah.
Yeah. It'll be all up to Trinidad and Tobago versus the Mexico game on Thursday.
Yeah, so if there are any TNT players, they better be cheering for Mexico all the way.
Yeah, I've seen Trinidad and Tobago technical staff. They're certainly watching this game very intently.
So the USA South back line mostly favoring to the left side, just one wing on the right. But they go right.
And then we see Stephen Gelch, such a hard player. Jeff Rain. Oh, just a mishandle there by Will Hodge.
Well, that's a great job of handling by Mexico, advantage being played.
Oh, they've kept it alive. On good recycled pass. Charge down offside. Not far. It's going to be scrum down to the Mexican team.
And Mexico will be happy that that advantage was still on the way they treated the ball in that second phase there. 23 coming on for Mexico.
That's Carlos Salmas.
We'll see who's coming off. I feel like it's a bit early in the game to be making a substitution in a close game unless it's an injury worry. And we have a scrum half situation change here, or someone new coming in the back row.
Number six will come out. That's Bernardo Araujo. I've not called his name too much for tonight.
It looks like maybe one of the wings moved into the second row there. It is. It's our flashy winger that we've been talking about. Suro's moved to the flank. And boy, he's been dangerous all night. I wonder what he'll be like around the back edge.
That's interesting. Certainly at the flank position there.
Or is that 19? We're seeing 14. Maybe it's 19. I'll tell you in a moment. Oh, big tackles being put in there.
No, I think you're right, Doug. That is 14.
That's right, yeah. So he moved in from the wing and shows he's got a defensive mind as well, making great tackles there.
And
USA holding the ball.
The thick of things.
And
It'll be interesting because Doug, he will see a lot more of the ball. And then you see Javier Fernandez.
so we're getting word that maybe they switched jerseys.
Let's see what happens.
So offside there.
And then we see Dylan Boast. Seems as though is he going to take a crack at post? Not seeing the signal, he's going to find touch. Yeah, he's going to find touch. And he does so successfully. It's going to be a US lineout.
So the USA now, they've trailed by 5 points now for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
I think this is where the USA is most dangerous because they love the tight game. They drive very well. No doubt they want to keep on their feet, form a maul and drive it in. Then we see Camp.
Knock on coming out of that scrum, so all the intent in the world is negated by a little nudge forward. And look at a bit of argument between the U.S. players to settle things down. Gelch getting told by the loose head prop to just simmer your oats there and let's play some rugby.
I no doubt he's a man that commands the respect of the players. I just saw him just having a word there with Judah Odabingi. See on the lock.
Yeah, he was getting a little friendly rub of the head on to Gelch, just saying, hey, easy Tiger, we've got a lot of rugby left to play here.
There's the Mexican number 9. Just scored a fantastic try down the side as Andres Rodriguez. You know, Doug, I actually had a word just before this game with one of the Trinidad and Tobago technical staff, and you know, there were concerns about the officiating. What are your thoughts on the officiating in tournament as well?
Well, I don't think there's been problems to the point that incorrect results were coming out of it. I think everyone, especially young teams, maybe perceive that things aren't going well for them when there are a lot of elements at play. They're playing test rugby for the first time at the under-19 level. It's quite a rare atmosphere for young players, and their nerves get a little jangly. And the referees are helping manage that situation. So penalty against USA South. So I feel like USA South has gotten rattled in the last few minutes. It started off with Gelch getting emotional. I think something might have happened away from prying eyes, and you know, things are getting a little testy between the two sides. And Mexico is just acting like cool characters out there, and the South are maybe